Phillips was at the top of her game in her career as a corporate executive, but she wasn't feeling on top of the world when it came to her health. She had hot flashes, sleepless nights, and brain fog were taking her away from her ability to enjoy life. Her OBGYN even told her, "Welcome to the rest of your life. This is as good as you're going to feel." But Lucy Hoger knew she couldn't accept those words. And that's when she found Dr. Stephen Hotze of the Hotze Health and Wellness Center. Please welcome both of them to the show. Good morning. Yesterday, I ran into a guy who was buying a piece of jewelry for his wife, and he said she just doesn't feel herself, and she feels so bad, and I'm hoping this will help. I went, no, she needs to balance those hormones is what she needs. Turns out that's what a doctor told her issue was. Sure. Okay, people underestimate what happens in our bodies when our hormones are imbalanced.
Well, as we age, our hormone levels decline. Mm-hmm. And inside our cells, we have a power plant called the mitochondria, which produce energy in every cell in our body. We have 40 trillion cells. And hormones play a big role in that, particularly the thyroid hormone is the catalyst, is the spark plug that makes the power plant in the cells function and produce energy. Yeah. And if you don't get enough thyroid into your cells and into that power plant, you just don't function well. You have low energy production, which means you're going to have poor health. You want to have high energy production, right, so you have good health. Yeah, yeah. And then, of course, you have the things like your estrogen, progesterone, right, all those types of things as well. All right, Lucy, you were a Silicon Valley executive flying all over the world. You helped to stabilize companies all over the world. And so this type of thing should not ever happen to you, right?
Deborah, it was terrible. I was feeling bad. I had hot flashes, couldn't sleep at night. I was only getting 2 hours sleep every night. I had cold feet, cold hands. I couldn't think, and more importantly, I couldn't concentrate. Yeah. Can you imagine doing a business negotiation, not being able to concentrate? It was terrible.
Yeah. And so, did you know what was going on at the time?
I didn't, but I did know that I had to take something. I had to take charge of my life again. Right. I had to do that 180 because there had to be a different solution out there than when I was on.
Well, as she said, the doctor looked at you and said, well, get used to it, Lucy. This is the best you're going to feel, or you're going to keep feeling this way for the rest of your life.
And he put you on Premarin.
And he put me on Premarin.
Yeah, because he figured going through menopause. You hearing those symptoms would say this is probably menopause, right?
Sure, the change.
And imagine that. I mean, my life was half over, according to him, and I wasn't ready to stop.
Yeah, there are a couple of times that happens. One, of course, is during menopause, or sometimes after women have babies. Exactly. After I had my son, a doctor looked me right in the face and said, let's face it, you're old and you had a baby. I was like, well, I'm not that old, but he goes, that's just the way it's going to be. And they wanted to medicate all of my symptoms. All right, so Premarin is something that a lot of women have taken, and it seems to be the right thing to do, but that's just kind of the thing that's the normal thing to do for a lot of doctors, but you say it's not normal for the body.
Well, it's not, because it's horse estrogen. It's a good preparation for mares going through the change of life.
Yeah, if you're a horse.
If you're a horse. Yeah. But, you know, for humans, why don't we replenish our body with the same identical hormones that our body used to make? And so, you were feeling terrible and told the doctor you're not feeling any better. And what did he say?
He said, that is the rest of your life.
Yeah, yeah.
And then just no way.
That was 10 years ago.
And then when he gave you the Premarin, how were you feeling?
It was worse.
Wow.
If you can imagine.
Yeah.
I went from bad to worse to continued worse for 5 years.
Okay. Then there's another thing that oftentimes doctors will say, okay, well, maybe it's because of these hormonal issues with you. Let's do a hysterectomy.
They did a hysterectomy. You continued to decline.
And what did they say was going to happen if they did the hysterectomy?
You would feel great. We're going to put you on this on the Premarin, and it'll be fine. But you know what, Deborah? It didn't work.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Dr. Hotze, the uterus is not the problem in and of itself. It's the fact that you're diminished in those hormones, right?
Well, what happens is women age, they get irregular cycles, and the doctor's solution is, well, we'll stop the irregular cycles, just cut out the uterus. That didn't cause the problem. The problem is caused by hormonal decline and imbalance. Right. So you've got to balance those out, and most women can avert having to have a hysterectomy if they'll get on the natural hormones early enough in their life.
Yeah, that keeps things balanced.
Right, absolutely.
Okay, so you found Dr. Hotze. And Dr. Hotze, this is one of the things that you say that's so important, is to not exactly go just by a blood test, but listen to the symptoms. The symptoms will lead you to what someone is dealing with.
That's the most important thing, and unfortunately, most doctors only spend approximately 7 minutes with their patients, and so they don't have time to listen. All they have time to do is label a problem and give you a drug to try to, and remember, all drugs are toxins, and toxins are poisons, and they further poison the system, and they don't make you, nobody is sick because they have low levels of pharmaceutical drugs in their body.
Yeah.
Something's going on internally, either they're not eating right, they don't have enough vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, or the hormones have declined.
Yeah, and that's the other thing about your wellness center. So if you're addressing hormones, you do that, but you do everything else as well.
Exactly.
Because the body has to be in, I was helping my son with his science last night, homeostasis, big word for me. All right, but yeah, it has to be all balanced out. But you'll look at what food allergies you might have,
exactly.
you know, what your bone density is, what everything. So you really get that
we
whole
look at a
physical.
heart scan to see if we have any hardening of the arteries. We do that on all our guests.
And I got to say, when I've gone before to get my annual physical, they didn't do any of that. They asked me a few questions and said, okay, you're good. Well, how do you really know I'm good? We didn't really check anything, right? Here, you're checking everything. Okay, so Lucy, how do you feel today?
Fabulous. I feel like I'm in my 30s. And I'm full of energy, and there's no stopping.
Yeah.
There's no stopping whatsoever. I feel like I'm on top of the world and just am having fun with life. That's the big thing. I'm enjoying life again, right? And I'm taking control back. And I can't thank Dr. Holtze enough for getting me back on that path of health, but for 10 years.
Yeah.
And it just keeps getting better.
Well, this is the key deal. People have to do a 180. Most Americans are traveling on the wrong side of the freeway, headed with their health, and they're going to hit a truck or hit another
Yeah.
car and have a crippling event or death.
Yeah.
And what we want to do is encourage people to do a 180. Take charge of their health. Nobody's going to take care of it. The government's not going to take care of it. Insurance company's not going to take care of it. Employers not going to take care of it.
A pill's not going to do it for you.
A pill's not going to do it for you. You've got to take charge of your health, and that's what we encourage people and help people do.
Yeah, and Lucy, you said you have so much energy now. You're like, I don't have time for sleep, and I'm still not sleepy. You said you'll have time for sleep when?
Oh, when I'm dead.
Yeah, right. You're 130 or so. Yeah.
But just to be clear, what's great is that I can work hard all day long, service my clients around the world, but still be able to go home and and know that at night I'm going to have a 7-hour rest.
Yeah.
And get up in the morning and go at it again.
And actually sleep through the night. And what's your
Absolutely.
advice for other people who are dealing with these symptoms right now?
Don't listen to the doctor who said your life is over. Go see Dr. Holtze. Get your life back. Get your hormones in balance. You'll be able to sleep better at night. You'll get that brain fog gone. You'll be able to stop those mood swings. My husband is really happy about that. Trust me.
I can imagine a mood swing in the boardroom when you're negotiating a deal with corporations.
He was really happy about that. And again, just take charge of your life.
All right, Dr. Holtze has written 2 books about hormones and hypothyroidism. You can visit hotzehwc.com/GDH to get your free copies today. All you have to do is pay for the shipping. So it explains all that stuff that we're talking about in layman's terms. To make your appointment and for more information on Holtze Health and Wellness Center, call 888-473-5531. 888-473-5531. And everyone in today's live studio audience is getting a copy of his book, Hypothyroidism, Health, and Happiness. Thank you all very much.